Thank you and welcome here to episode 47 of XCW. Just 3 episodes away from the Royal Rumble, 2 episodes away from the Slammy Awards being handed out. Once again, we have 9 Slammy Awards up for nomination. We have had people voting them over the last couple of days. You will have up until the time that the Slammy Awards begin to get your votes cast for all of those 9 categories. But thank you guys for each and every one of you that are here and that will be here for the rest of the show. We're going to start things off with Ricky Brown going one-on-one against Brad Harris. This is actually Ricky Brown's first ever match here in XCW. Should I say a first ever one-on-one matchup. He did debut at TLC in that 6-man over-the-top battle royal. Fared well for himself, but did not win a spot in the Rumble at the pay-per-view. Where is your boy at? Your boy will be on Saturday Night Main Event. Where's my boy Ken at? I guess Ken is probably one of the guys in the chat. Ken, I can't remember what his Twitch name is, but I'm assuming that's who you're referring to, Taj. But Ricky Brown last week, he did gain entry into the Royal Rumble match by winning a triple threat match. Ricky Brown defeated Brad Harris, and I'm blanking on who he pinned in that matchup. I think it was Nate Ballmer. Brad Harris did the damage, hit a huge sit-out powerbomb, simply took a small moment to rest, and Ricky Brown stole the victory route right underneath from Brad Harris. So Ricky Brown has qualified for the Royal Rumble match. Brad Harris still trying to become one of those men that will compete in the Royal Rumble. But this matchup this week is maybe more important to a degree. Only one man is going to win the Royal Rumble out of 20. These two men both at the current moment have an opportunity to go for that United States Championship. We need 8 men involved. We saw last week our first matchup to determine the first man to move on. NV Wilson was the one who did so. This being another matchup to determine who has a shot at that United States title. We need 2 men eventually. We're going to whittle our way down to 2 individuals who will face off at the Royal Rumble to claim a brand new United States champion. The question is, will it be Ricky Brown or will it be Brad Harris here tonight that moves on in this United States Championship tournament to crown a brand new champion? We're going to go ahead and start things up here. Ricky Brown, Brad Harris. If you notice, Emma, the manager of Brad Harris, at his ringside here tonight. Here we go. Yeah, there he is. Ken Green is in the chat. Ken Green, one of the newest members of the XCW universe. For a long time, he has been popping in, trying to get his guy into the universe. And I have simply not, we've never synced up, been able to get his superstar in the league. But finally, we have been able to do so. And he will make his debut here tonight on Saturday Night Main Event. So you guys go ahead and let me know who you think is going to win this match. Do you think that Ricky Brown on the left or Brad Harris on the right is going to win this match? I'm going to quickly get my pen and pad so that I can write down the results. And again, once again, this is for advancement in the United States title tournament.
Michael Cole and Jerry the King Lawler here at ringside, and King tonight should be good.
You said it, Michael. We're starting things off strong tonight.
Struggling for control.
I see. I wasn't prepared. I got everything else going except for my physical paper that I usually have with me for the show. I do have a backup, so I guess I'm going to have to use that. We've got Tornado. We've got Fruitful Jester, another member making his debut here in XCW. Jay here, a newer member of the XCW universe as well. R King, Mad Fire. Quite a few people here in XCW here tonight. I did not see who said Brown at the very top. We've got Harris from R King.
And there are those educated feet.
Brad Harris from J-Her. Ricky Brown from B Tornado.
Ouch! You can hear that in different time zones. This could be big. Oh, big elbow.
Okay, I think it was Tyrant that had said, he said Ricky Brown, I believe. And I myself, I am going to have to go with Ricky Brown. I just have a good feeling about this guy. I think he's going to make his way up the ladder. So I'm going to pick him here tonight. Won that matchup last week, but I don't know how things are going to fare this week. DX is here as normal, so suck it. We will see a lot of DJ Generation X here on Raw tonight. Hold on. Ricky Brown right now, huge pump-up buster right there. Just crushed the back of Harris, but Harris quickly shakes it off, not allowing that, I believe, signature move to affect him too much. And right now continuing the attack on Ricky Brown, pounding his face in here with those left hand jabs. What European revenge. The European Championship, which was lost by Alex Tyson, will be defended tonight by Jake Watson. Hold on. Butterfly DDT. 1, 2, 3. Ricky Brown. And one of the quickest matches in a long time here in XCW. Not since Justin Sane was pummeling the roster. We've seen a match that quick. I barely had time to say who I thought was going to win on the stream before that one was already over. And huge butterfly DDT right there, knocked out Harris for the 3 count. I don't know what just happened right there. Can I make your second attire your default attire? Yes, I can, Arking. After this episode, I will try to remember to do that. Ricky Brown, impressive in his very first one-on-one match. Maybe proving that last week when he stole that victory, that was just more gamemanship than he needed to. Looks like he can handle himself as he just put Brad Harris away in near record time right there. So those men who chose Harris got it incorrectly. Tornado, Tyrant, and Ryder all guessed correctly on that matchup. As we head to our next match on the card, Fruitful Jester, are you in the Rumble? No, your character has yet to even debut, Fruitful Jester, so there is no way for you to be in the Rumble. This, even though disregard what it says on the screen, this is not a tag team match here tonight. No, Brian Nash is simply going to be out here to watch Brent Ryder take on both members of the Sixth Dynasty in a handicap match. Brent Ryder very upset about the damage that his partner, Chris Cryptic, took in that ladder match, so he has requested and been granted this 2-on-1 handicap match here tonight. He was given the option, do you want to face Jay or CJ Lyons in action here tonight? He said he did not want one, he wanted both of them, and we have granted Ryder access, allowing him to do so. He has recovered from his injuries. He was out last week in action. His partner still out of action, Chris Cryptic, and the undisputed champion, the other member of the Vigilantes. They're currently down to 2 members at this moment in time that are active in XCW. Brent Ryder going at it solo while Ryder is still going to watch from ringside. Oops, crap.
Watch it, watch it. Oh, man. Dropped right on the head.
See, leave it to me to totally screw everything up twice in a row. Tried to get down, instead it made me tag a man. Here we go again. Let's let him get away from the corner. Now I can get down. Okay, there we go. Ryan Tornado Nash, the undisputed champion, standing at the ringside of Brent Ryder. So the question is Brent Ryder going to be able to somehow win this match 2-on-1? He has no partner to tag in, to whereas both CJ and Jay will have a fresh man every now and then. Go ahead and give me your paths of victory. Who you think's going to win this matchup? Personally, I think Ryder's somehow going to be able to win this match. CJ and Jay's Lion tag team is called the 6th Dynasty. They're members of the NWO Wolfpack.
Yeah, but what's he going to do next?
Nash, you do want revenge, but Nash, you are in action later tonight. You were not clear to fight in 2 matches, but you wanted to be out here to make sure that there are no shenanigans between the Wolfpack and Brent Ryder. Hashtag ban the butterfly DDT. Brad Harris not happy about being taken down by Ricky Brown in the first matchup.
What a head scissor.
Right now, I did not see answers from everybody. Do you think that Brent Ryder is going to win this matchup, or do you think it's the 6th Dynasty, or you can just refer to them as the NW Wolfpack is going to win this handicap match? I myself chose Brent Ryder, although I'm pretty certain he's not going to do it. But right here, able to take Jay down, tripping him hard into the mat right there. Now Ryder, a huge right hand as he tried to get down, tried to get up from the floor. Ryder in complete control at the moment, taking it to Jay right now, but Jay there fighting back, gets a knee to the gut of Brent Ryder and sends him flying into the apron there, the turnbuckle, and but quickly Ryder reversing, not allowing Jay to stay on top. Jay already looks like he has a comeback, but Ryder now, what is Ryder doing? Signature move right there. Ryder hits that cradle DDT, and CJ already jumping in the ring, but Jay able to get his hand underneath the bottom rope. Tornado deciding to go get bold and choose Ryder as well. I'm still going to allow some answers here. Hold on. Brent Ryder fights that off right there and comes back with a clothesline. Jester going with...
just barely able to kick out of that situation.
Jester going with the Wolfpack. It's Dynasty as well for 6 Tyrants. Finally, here comes CJ. Jay actually seems to not be able to take Ryder down by himself, but this is going to be a hard matchup for Ryder to win due to the fact that he gets absolutely no rest, no one to tag in, cannot get himself fresh. The only way he'll ever get a small amount of rest is if he can simply take a man down and use all, instead of a continuing attack, to simply use that time to regain some stamina, some energy.
Well, that's devastating.
Got Wolfpack from 7-0. We've got, yes, it is Horror. Is choosing the NWO. Madfire also choosing. Madfire also choosing the 6th Dynasty. Ryder right there set up for a finishing maneuver. Could not hit it as CJ blocks it. Throws him in the corner now. This could be a tag team finisher here. Ryder might have just written his last check for this matchup. Right there gets taken down with that tag team finisher. That's got to be it. 1, 2, 3. That is it. Ryder trying to pick up some revenge in this matchup. Yes, I realize you'd already written the other. Ryder early on did a good job of fighting this matchup. Hit a signature move on Jay right there. Was setting up for a finishing maneuver on CJ, but it was pretty much academic from the start with this 2-on-1 matchup. He fails to get his revenge here tonight, but at least inflicted some damage on his opponents before they put him away with his double knee backbreaker right here. And Brent Ryder unable to get his revenge in this matchup. Brian Nash not happy about it, but he will be competing here later on tonight against the man he might be facing at the Royal Rumble. He's going to face the man who defeated Omega last week, and that is Jackson Jordan. But here tonight, yes, your tag team champions winning the first ever XCW handicap match here against one of the former champions who lost the titles in that ladder match at TLC. Fruitful Jester. I don't know exactly how many are for today. You're simply 1-0. Only Ryder and Nash were incorrect on those guesses right there. We are now moving on to our 3rd matchup of the evening. This is going to be a Divas match. 2 women going 1-on-1. We are seeing AJ Lee along with her man Kirby at her ringside. Going one-on-one for the first time ever here in XCW is Cameron. We have seen Cameron once or twice in the past, but she has been MIA for a while. But you see her man, the man that she is managing, Alex Tyson at ringside, got in contact with Alex Tyson, informing that Cameron was coming back now to XCW, would once again be his manager, and here she is tonight for the very first time in singles competition, or really in any competition here in XCW. Do I have a chance for any future pay-per-views? Of course, everybody here in the XCW has a chance for future pay-per-views. The easiest way simply is to win matches, particularly when you have an opportunity to fight for a championship, a number one contendership or a spot in a title match. That's the easiest way to ensure yourself a pay-per-view match. But at the same time, you do not have to, like Kirby himself. Kirby is the man who has probably written the formula to a degree on how to get a pay-per-view match, basically every pay-per-view without having to be in a title match. But we're going to go ahead and start the action here between these two women. Cameron making her debut in the ring here tonight. It looks like Brad Harris is storming around backstage trying to figure out what happened while Emma is yelling at him to calm down. Ignores Emma, runs up behind Ricky Brown, attacking him, turns around and powerbombs him through a table and catering, spits in his face, flips him off, and walks away smiling. AJ in the ring here tonight against Cameron. AJ failed in her bid a couple of months back at the Survivor Series pay-per-view to pick up the XCW Women's Championship, but she wants to get back in the title hunt. Last month, she failed to become the number one contender when she lost to Natalya, and here tonight, this would definitely keep her probably from jumping back into number one contendership this month if she cannot defeat the debuting Cameron here in XCW. Okay, we've got a vote for AJ from Shanny.
Cameron is looking mighty impressive as of late.
Sorry, guys. Go ahead and let me know what your matchup or what your votes are here. Occasionally I will forget to ask you guys. So we've got AJ from Shanny.
Cameron with a slick reversal.
Hold on just a moment so I can write these down. And Cameron from Fruitful Jester. E-Tornado saying AJ. I'm going to go with the debuting Cameron. I don't know why I'm choosing her. I really think AJ is the better competitor, but I just think that maybe AJ and Kirby are going to be a little bit too confident with themselves. Cameron for Tyrant. I'm back. Did Image answer my question once? Once, I cannot remember specifically what your question was. You're now in our third match of the card. Our King chose AJ. Hustler has a rematch against Brian Cook. That should be a good matchup over in AZW. This is the Divas match here on Raw this week. These two women, hold on, going for that Seth Walker, that, looks like a Shiranari, maybe something. That agrees the official name. 1, 2, no, AJ could not pick up the victory while Kirby cheers her on from ringside. Set up for a finishing maneuver. Cameron able to block it. Cameron lifting her up in the air. And right there you just saw that huge knee. AJ blocking that maneuver from her as well. Reversals back and forth between these two women. Yes, Fruitful Jester, you said Cameron. I heard you. Hold on. A huge leg drop across the throat. That splits leg drop by Cameron. 1, 2, no. Kick out right there. We have, from my estimations, I had Cameron from Jester, from Ryder, from Tyrant, and AJ from Tornado, R-King, and Shanny. Right here, look at this. What is this? Kirby getting up on the apron, and he is distracting Cameron from a win here tonight. I think she might have had the match right there, but she's not even able to get the pinfall attempt as Kirby distracted the referee. I know I've said this in the past that AJ seems to be the X factor in Kirby's matches when she is allowed at ringside, but we might have to start saying the same thing about AJ as well if Kirby is allowed to be at ringside for her. shot was, can you get your guy in the universe? Oh, okay, once. You can always, I've got about 2 or maybe 3 guys still in line who are unable to get a guy in yet. Just even added 2 new people in today, and I think there's at least 2 people that are, hold on, AJ going for the pinfall on this. She just got her right there. I was surprised. I didn't expect that to be the finish right there, but she took some damage early on. That Seth Walker put her down, but it was not the end of the matchup earlier on. Basically, it just comes down to if people are inactive and not here, then I eventually have to move on from their wrestlers. We just lost 2 long-standing members of the XCW universe due to either inactivity or leaving. And that suplex right there is what put Cameron down. Surprising that move was able to do so. Thank you, Tornado, for telling me that. Yes, send your information to me on Xbox Live to my gamer tag, and when a spot becomes available, I will add your character to the universe. I think this month we've actually had a lot of upheaval or overturn in terms of characters. Some people replacing older characters that they wanted to move on from, and some people actually about 3, 4, maybe 5 that have left or were inactive enough to have their characters taken out of the universe, and new superstars, new users brought in to fill their places. Right there, Cameron just felt the taste of defeat. AJ picks up the win. Not going well for my picks, back-to-back incorrect for me. Although I took Ryder in a 2-on-1 handicap match. That was my own fault. I knew I shouldn't have chosen Ryder, but I did it anyway. And here we are moving now on to our next matchup of the evening. Yes, this is Xbox One. I see Shanny82 has already answered that question. No, you don't have an Xbox One. You have a PS4. Sorry, once. There's always, of course, the off chance that you can get somebody to create a player for you on the Xbox One and upload it, and then you can watch them compete in the action. But short of that, I don't see how you'll be able to get a superstar into the XCW here on Xbox One live on Twitch. But right now we are going to see the tag team #1 contendership match. Yes, this is right. Chris Cryptic out of action. The Vigilantes are not going to be able to cash back in a shot at the tag team titles this month. Maybe in the future they can get back into the tag team title race. But with Chris Cryptic out of action, that forces one of these 2 teams, one of our only other 2 teams here in XCW, to have to step up and take their spot at the pay-per-view at the Royal Rumble. Will it be D-Generation X or will it be the Birds of Prey? This is going to be a great tag team match. Whichever of these teams walks out here tonight will be facing the NWO Wolfpack's 6 Dynasty, who we saw defeat one half of the former champions, Brent Ryder, earlier tonight. So go ahead and tell me. I've already got a bunch of answers. Go ahead and start this matchup right here. I've got DX from Tyrant. Tyson will win. Something about the European title up there. Can't see it. Fruitful Jester. Hold on. Jester chooses, I guess, DX. Saying suck it. Our King using DX as well. DX from Madfire. Tried to stop you, Brent, but you're still upset with the. Oh. Birds of Prey from Shanny. I personally am going to go with the group that has yet to have a tag team title match, and that is the Birds of Prey. I think that this is going to be their opportunity to walk away with those tag team titles, even though D-Generation X has already proven themselves a very formidable team. Birds of Prey for Fruitful Jester. Oh, apparently you changed your mind. Oh, you technically never voted. I assume that's what you meant by saying suck it. Fruitful Jester. DX from Tornado as well.
Oh, no. Wait a minute.
Hashtag lucky chance. You'll never know, Shanny. You will never know. Do not cry. We only have 2 European supports of superstars. I guess, yes, that would be true. We probably only have 2 European superstars on the roster. Mike Miles, a former Undisputed Champion, former 2-time Undisputed Champion, is one of the men who has, due to inactivity, has been removed from XCW. Even the man that has been chasing after the title for, I believe, the last 4 months, Justin Sane, has been removed from the XCW roster, at least for the time being. I have not seen Trouble, his user, for probably 3 to 4 full weeks. Maybe in a month, I have not seen him in a chat, send a text, in any way make any contact with me. So as much as that pains me, because he had my favorite moveset of any XCW superstar, I had to go ahead and move on from Just Insane as well as Shane Thomas, our standing United States champion, had chose willingly to leave the XCW universe, and so then he was stripped of the title, and that is why we have the United States Championship. 8 men having a spot to get to one of those final 2 positions, who will face off to determine a brand new United States champion at the Royal Rumble. The Tornado tells you he will be stripped of the Undisputed Championship.
Can he score the pin?
Hold on right there. Birds of Prey trying to get the win with that. I'm not sure if that was a roll-up or if that was maybe the schoolboy, or is it the schoolboy? No, it's the there's a specific name for it. I think it was a DLC move. I could not tell which of the 2 that was. I was looking over at the chat for a second.
Oh.
I'm amazing, and my mentor is Alex Tyson, so trust me. Hold on, Birds of Prey right here. Tornado, I'm sorry, not Tornado DDT, Tilt-A-Whirl DDT right there. And he's got that surfboard stretch. We've actually seen Sammy Danger hold on, Sammy Danger just tapped out to the surfboard stretch. Sammy Danger, apparently, if he is involved in the fall, that was the small package driver earlier on. If he is involved in the fall, it's the only time that the surfboard stretch has ever won a matchup. He actually tapped out to lose the undisputed title match against Brian Torrey Nash at our second ever pay-per-view. He actually made somebody, I believe Omega, tap out to the surfboard stretch, and then just right there, the Birds of Prey make him tap out for the second time in that maneuver. Sammy Danger, I'm pretty shocked that this tag team match is already over. What just happened? Sammy Danger, who was a 3-month reigning United States champion, just got taken out right there, and the Birds of Prey are the #1 contenders and will be going on to face the NWO Wolfpack at the Royal Rumble. Great matchup between Ron Brent. This was Russell Worth. No, Russell Worth. I thought. Oh, Russell. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. He tapped out to a different maneuver, I believe. Okay, that was the very first pay-per-view then when the surfboard stretch one. That's correct. Yes, that was outside of the ring, that Falls Count Anywhere match. Here, we're going to go ahead and move on after that matchup. The Birds of Prey able to earn the #1 contendership. As I said moments ago, the Birds of Prey, Hawk and Falcon, will take on the team of Jay and CJ Lyons for the tag team champions. Should be a great, spectacular matchup. The question is, will the former champions, the former 2-time champions, be able to come back and once again regain those titles? Or we have no idea how long Chris Cryptic is going to be out. Brent Ryder tried to go at it solo this week, taking down the men who took their titles, and he was unable to do so. But here we are now moving on. This matchup is really maybe the most important matchup of the evening. One of these 2 men will fight in the #1 contendership match next week. Last week, we saw Jackson Jordan, a member of D-Generation X, take on Omega. Both of them fought very hard, but it was Jackson Jordan who walked away the winner of that matchup. He moves on to face the winner of this match. Will we see DX versus DX next week with a shot to face Brian Torrey Nash? Or will we see this man who has had 3 opportunities and has fallen short all 3 times but could earn a 4th? All he's got to do is run through Tyrant here tonight and Jackson Jordan next week. Alpha 1 versus Tyrant. These 2 have been in this almost exact position before when they fought in the finals of that elimination tournament to determine the #1 contender about 4 months ago. And now have once again, one of them will have shot toward that undisputed title, one of them out of the running. Let's start this matchup between these 2. Let me know who you think's gonna win. Tyrant from Tyrant as well. I would expect that from him. Tyrant chooses Tyrant. Alpha 1 from Madfire. Truthful Jester chooses Alpha 1. Our King chooses Alpha 1 steak sauce. Channy takes himself, obviously. We've got Penrod 28. See him in the chat. Says, "Sup, guys?" What's up, Penrod? Penrod 24. Tornado saying he's going with Tyrant, so that he actually defeated Brian Nash fair and square last week. I think that was a pretty shocking outcome last week. Did not expect Tyrant to be able to do so. He reversed that spear late in the match and followed it up with that finishing maneuver, that sit-out gutbuster, and Tyrant able to pick up the victory. Jaher is taking Tyrant as well. Alex get back to European Championship. That match has not happened yet. I myself am going to take a tough matchup. I've got to go with Tyrant for the fact that when I have taken Alpha 1 in the past, it seems to bite me. So maybe Alpha 1 also does not want me to pick him. Which seems when I seem to pick Alpha 1, I cannot get it correct.
He gets out of trouble there.
Hopefully you're the next Mr. Money in the Bank. It'll be a while before we have another Money in the Bank. I hope I win. I care more about that title than Cameron. I wouldn't let Cameron know that.
What impact from that suplex?
We'll take it. They're going to give it to you.
I need
Pizza to me.
Camel clutch.
Hold on, Tyrant's got him in a submission hold here. Yes, this is the camel clutch. Could not beat him.
Oh, what a kick to the head.
Cyborg just got
Hold on, Alpha 1 right there. Took Tyrant down. Tried to kick him on the ground. Tyrant able to quickly avoid it, though. Get back to his feet. Only to receive that huge neck breaker. Now going for those classic fist drops. Always hits 3. If he can hit 1, he seems to always hit those triple fist drops right there. Tyrant, though, fighting back right now. Tyrant, huge sit-out sidewalk spine buster or Uranagi slam variation right there. And right now, going for that one-handed choke spine buster, he just smashed Alpha 1 into the ground. 1, 2, no, the leader of D-Generation X not able to take a... Hold on. This is the move that pinned Nash last week. Took 2 times, but it put him away for the 3 count. He's got it hooked, leg hooked here. 2, 3. Tyrant just defeated Alpha 1. Last week, Tyrant defeated the undisputed champion. This week, he defeats Alpha 1 in singles competition. And so it's going to be an all D-Generation X match next week to determine the #1 contender. And the question is, we know that the Wolfpack will not be fighting for it, but in the end, this could be better for them than anything else. You never know what's going to happen when 2 members of a faction have a shot for the Undisputed Championship. Could this somehow start a fracture in DX? Will these 2 men maybe turn on each other if one of them gets bitter over the other one defeating them straight up? I don't know exactly, so... To a degree, obviously, for D-Generation X as a whole at the moment, this is a great victory, a great turnout. It guarantees that DX has a chance to walk out of the Royal Rumble with the championship belt. But in the... Sorry, my alarm got set right there. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next matchup. That was a great match between those 2 gentlemen. Was not expecting it to be over that quickly to a degree. But I guess Alex Tyson may be proving his worth here tonight with that victory. So back-to-back wins last week over the undisputed champion. This week against a man who was in his way for a shot at that title. But here tonight, the man last week. This Jackson Jordan, if he can defeat Brian Nash, that will mean both men that would have a shot at facing him at the pay-per-view would have beaten Nash in back-to-back weeks. So Nash really needs to pick up this victory in order to curb the momentum of D-Generation X. And even though DX will not be fighting for the tag team titles at the pay-per-view, they will be fighting for the Undisputed Championship. So this definitely not a complete loss here tonight with that victory just picked up by Tyrant. First ever matchup between these two men. Let's start this out here. This is our second to last matchup of Raw. Now we still have those 3 matches on Saturday Night Main Event, but just this followed by the European Championship, which will be the main event here on Raw. So guys, let me know who you think's gonna win this matchup. Okay, I'm seeing Ryan Nash from Madfire. Got Nash from Fruitful Jester as well. Nash from Shanny82. Nash from DX from yes, going for Jackson Jordan as Tyrant.
He's putting those educated feet to good use.
Nash going for himself. I guess I'll have to go with Nash as well.
Big DDT, that could be it. Nice counter by Jordan.
Do not have answers from Jay Hurt or R King, or I guess that's it. Only 2 people that I've seen in here that I do not have answers from. If I missed you, then I don't know. Right there, Nash being taken down by that wheel kick applied by Jackson Jordan. Jackson Jordan now throwing him into the turnbuckle hard, gets him to stick, but Nash quickly gets out of that with an elbow to the face, and now it's a huge Luthez press pounding the face of Jordan. Jay Hurt says Nash as well.
Oh, geez, lights out.
Fruitful Jester, you are not next. Alex Tyson is next against Jake Watson in a in an Extreme Rules match for the European Championship belt. So I guess I'm thinking that I wrote that name down very wrong. Somebody is missing who's only answered 1 time. But R King is, I guess, not answering the question. Are you guys seeing lag? Because it's not telling me I have lag right now. Nash just got hit hard with that standing moonsault. And now seems like Jackson Jordan's actually doing a really good job here tonight against Brian Nash. Nash, a huge knee to the gut, knocks Jackson Jordan back. Quickly, they'll get snapped right back into the corner, and an arm drag takes him down to the ground. Jordan faring a lot better in this matchup than I think at least myself thought he would do so. Thought Nash might run roughshod over him, but he is doing a good job throughout this matchup, going for another standing moonsault, able to hit it on Nash as he gets back to his feet. Is NV Wilson in action or no? Yes, NV Wilson will be in action on Saturday Night Main Event. If you weren't here or did not realize, NV Wilson has secured himself a spot advancing in the United States Championship match. Also secured a spot in the Royal Rumble as well, winning that 6-man over-the-top battle royal at TLC. So he has a shot to become the United States champion and possibly to win the Royal Rumble in the same night. He just needs to advance, I believe, one more time in the United States Championship tournament. And Nash right here, setting up for maybe an F7 or an F5, could not hit either of them. Jackson Jordan fights him off. Right there, clotheslines him down to the ground hard. Jackson Jordan surprising me quite a bit here tonight, fighting off Nash pretty good. Even though Nash was setting up for a finishing maneuver, I really think it's Jackson Jordan who's had the better match so far, but that might have been the big mistake that he didn't need. Jumped up for a Hurricanrana and jumped right into a powerbomb by Nash with a great counter. Followed it up with another powerbomb, and here a kick right to the lower gut. What is this? Nash standing Uranagi slam crushes Jackson Jordan to the mat. Nash might have just taken this match over. Once again, beating Jackson Jordan to the grapple there and throws him to the corner. Oh! As Jackson Jordan tries to get out of the corner, he clotheslines him right back into it, and now he's got bad intentions on his mind. Jackson Jordan, though, blocks it and hits a huge Hurricanrana off the top rope. Jordan now going for a pinfall. Nash just a 1 count before he kicks out. Then will I stream again? I will probably stream again tomorrow night once. I try to do at least 5 a week if I can. We are in our 9th week of doing this. No, this is our 10th week of doing this. And if I can finish by Sunday, the pay-per-view, hold on. Oh, Nash almost got the pinfall there off of that huge flapjack. If we can finish through Sunday, we will have averaged that 5 episodes per week average. So through 10 straight weeks. And Nash now being charged off the turnbuckle. Jackson Jordan has survived so much further than I thought. I think he might have been going for that finishing maneuver, that huge right hand. Instead, he gets blocked by Nash, followed up. F7, that's got to be it. As long as he does not get a rope break, I think this match is over. Jackson Jordan on the mat. 1, 2, 3, and Nash for the second week in a row having to fight for his life. Even more surprising, maybe, even in a loss this week, was the fight, the effort, the heart that Jackson Jordan had. We saw that amazing Hurricanrana off the top rope right there. Could not put Nash away. And in the end, he went for that huge right fist, that huge right hand, trying to cock it across the face of Brian Nash's face. Instead, unable to do so, Nash blocks it. Moments later, hits this right here, the F7 powerbomb, and crushes the back of Jackson Jordan, taking the wind out of him, turns him over, and gets the 3 count. Great job by both gentlemen here tonight. But it is that man right there who walks out of here with the win. And I think he really needed this, not necessarily for confidence. You can't really be unconfident having been world champion, the undisputed champion here at XCW for so long. But DX did not need any more momentum, did not need any more confidence going forward. And the man he just defeated will face the man who defeated him last week, Jackson Jordan Tyrant. Next week, will face off to determine who is the #1 contender for the Royal Rumble. Neither man has ever fought for the Undisputed Championship. So we will now see a new contender for the first time ever against Brian Nash for that championship belt. But we are now moving on to the main event here of XCW on Raw. This is not Zach Zero. Zach Zero is not in this matchup. This is an Extreme Rules match between Jake Watson and Alex Tyson. There are no managers allowed in Extreme Rules matches, so we will see this title defended right before, a couple of weeks before TLC. Money in the Bank briefcase holder Alex Tyson cashed in, surprisingly not on the world champion, but on the European champion right there, who was then known as the Maniac. Jake Watson, furious, shed his former gimmick, went back to his original Jake Watson, going back to his self basically, and immediately took the title back from Alex Tyson at TLC. This is their rematch, and this one is not going to be a cheap win that Alex Tyson could have, in some people's minds, have gotten. This will not be a normal match. No, this is Extreme Rules. Anything goes. These two men will battle it out for the title, and they will battle it for it right here and right now. This is a championship match. We'll make sure it's on slow. And here, the match is underway. Let me know who you think is going to win this matchup between Alex Tyson and Jake Watson. Pat Fire is voting for Alex Tyson.
He landed right on his neck from that German suplex. Great move.
Let's see. Yes, he's voting for Tyson. Tyson for Fruitful Jester as well. Apparently, R King must be leaving. Tyson for J-Her.
The future's looking great here. Got out of the way of that one.
Vote for Tyson. You helped with the new moveset. Yes, Tyson has a little bit upgrade. Allowed to get an extra point overall this week due to chat commentary was Alex Tyson. I believe he's up to a 92 or maybe a 93. I cannot remember specifically which the number is. So I believe he is a very good member of the XCW. So Jake Watson as well. We saw Jake Watson defeat him just a couple episodes ago at TLC. But things could very easily get out of hand here very quickly between these two men. Tyson being chosen by Tyrant as well. I think I'm going to go with the man who is wanting to keep that European Championship here tonight. I, personally, am going to go with Jake Watson. Tyson as well for Tornado. Everybody choosing Alex Tyson almost here tonight. I believe the only person to have chosen Jake Watson is myself. Have not get an answer from Shanny, R-King, or from is it Homer I've written down? Gosh, I cannot tell what I wrote down there. It's like right on the edge of the corner. Tyson tried to go for, I believe, another exploder suplex. Could not. Tyson with that huge spinning clothesline. You saw the way that Watson's legs wrapped up there. He might be losing a little bit of energy, a little bit of momentum. And right here, what is this? Running drop saw kick right to the face on Watson. Why are there two DXs? There are not two DXs. There's one D-Generation X. They've got a leader, which is Tyrant. They've got another member named Jackson Jordan and a tag team of Nick Nitro and Sammy Danger. Those four men all together make up D-Generation X. Tyson right there, impressive athleticism. Flips, Jake Watson tried to throw him onto his back. Instead, rotated the foot there and smashed Watson in the face. Tyson now bursting this maneuver, smashing him hard into the mat. Great job by Alex Tyson right there, who is fighting for his championship belt back. He could have easily cashed in for the undisputed champion. I think almost everyone in the world would have cashed in on the champion, Brian Nash, who had been knocked out with that F5 from Jake Watson. Instead, decided to take on this man because this is a proud European who wants to bring prestige and importance to that title. And the fact that he used a money in the bank contract on it might prove that maybe it is even more important now than the European champion. Than the United States Championship, which actually currently has no champion. So the current time here in XCW, we only have three sets of champions. The tag team champions, which is the NWO Wolfpack, Jake Watson, the European champion, and of course our undisputed champion Brian Tornado Nash. Hold on. Huge moonsault off the rope there, using it as a springboard. 1, 2. Watson able to king out. That was an impressive maneuver by Tyson right there. Tyson setting him up. This could be the end right here. I don't know what he has planned for Watson. Turns him around. What is this? The Omega Driver crushes his head into the mat. Tyson turns around quickly, going for the pinfall. 1, 2, 3. That is it. Alex Tyson just regained the XCW European Championship belt. And Watson was in this match for a while. The first half of this match was back and forth between these two men. But then Watson took over. Alex Tyson took over the match. And for the last minute and a half, maybe, it seemed like it was all Alex Tyson, ending right there with that huge Omega Driver crushing the head of Jake Watson. And the European title swings back his direction. Jake Watson, Alex Tyson shaking hands here tonight. These two former tag team partners, former stablemates, for the first time that I can remember since Jake Watson left the Foreign Affairs group, not yelling and screaming, hating each other. Maybe he earned his respect by winning back the title in a fair and square match. This matchup was an Extreme Rules match that did not get extreme in the least. Neither man left the ring to get a weapon of any kind. And so it's very interesting that they ended up shaking hands, though, as I guess now, since he's won back the title at the Royal Rumble, we will see these two men once again fight for the European title. The question is, will Jake Watson be able to, in the next couple of weeks, build things back up, figure out how to get better in order to take the title back away from Alex Tyson, who is now the two-time XCW European champion. You're not even holding your title. Yeah, I don't know why that is. That was a European Championship title match. It said so before the match. I guess you're not because of the cutscene. It gave you a cutscene, therefore you were not holding the title. It was a title match. I don't know if it. I'm pretty sure it'll say it was because that's what I said it as. But I'm assuming it's because of the cutscene that it shows not. See, there was the European title was on the line in that Extreme Rules match right there. Okay, we are now about to move on now to Saturday night main event, where we will see more men in action this evening. We're going to see in this first matchup, men trying to, I believe we've got 9 people who have not had a matchup thus far. This first match is going to be for, you know what, I'll make that the second match instead. We have single matches on the opposite ends of this. This spot is for a shot in the Royal Rumble, Fatal 4-way match here between 4 different individuals. One of them will get a spot into the Royal Rumble matchup. Should be an awesome match between these men here in a moment. Oh, whoops. There we go. Custom Superstars. See who deserves a shot at the Royal Rumble matchup. Envy Wilson and Ricky Brown have both already qualified for the matchup. Let's put Omega in there. Omega losing last week, losing his shot at the Undisputed Championship. We're also going to toss in, has not had an opportunity to get, let's go throw Kirby in there as well. I know Kirby is not a man who necessarily wants to go after titles, but I'm sure everybody wants to be in the Royal Rumble matchup. This week we're going to see, let's see, Alex Tyson, no, he already fought. We got Zach Zero right there, but I want to see him in one-on-one competition instead. Let's see, Petra, Jake Watson, who has not had a match yet, but deserves a shot at this. Let's throw Horror in there as well. Omega hasn't had a Fatal 4-way in a long time. I mean, he just last week had a shot to go into the Undisputed Championship, and 2 weeks ago at the pay-per-view had a tag team match with Alpha One, which they won. Omega has not been in that many Fatal 4-ways as of recently. He was the European champion just a couple of months ago. Actually, just a month and a half ago was the Undisputed Champion. I'm sorry, the European Champion, and lost both that and the rematch for it. This is a Fatal 4-way to determine a spot in the Royal Rumble. I wouldn't really be too upset. Nate Ballmer or Petra. Let's go ahead and throw Petra into this matchup here. Petra has a shot to get into the Royal Rumble with a win here tonight. Oh, Nash, though, another. He wouldn't be here if he had won last week. That is true. He would have been facing Brian Tornado Nash instead of Jordan Jackson if he had simply won his match last week in action. Let's go ahead and choose the participants for this matchup. This should be one-on-one and one-on-one. Yes, okay. Just making sure that it was one-on-one, not something else. Be easy, fellas. Okay, let's see. I guess Kent Carter can make his debut against the other man making his debut, which is there he is, Zach Zero. These two have been both making their debut here tonight on Saturday Night Main Event. Oh, whoops, I forgot something. I'll have to go add that back in real quick. Alex Tyson will be the manager of Zach Zero here tonight. I really wish you could set the second. I wish you could set up at least a week worth of cards up at one time. I wouldn't have to spend time doing this each and every week. Definitely help things. Apparently wants to set his black and gray as his default attire for some reason. Sometimes, I think if you have it saved maybe in your career, your universe mode, or saved, I guess, on your, doesn't necessarily be universe mode, could simply be, if you set your other attire as your default, it will do the same thing for your character. And we are looking for Tyson here. There he is. This is Extreme Rules. How did he get the name Horror? Because your mirror told you. Because a fan saw him and said, "Ah, oh, how horrible." That's not. I thought they were going to say, the horror. Main something new for 2K16 image. Oh, maybe something new for 2K16. Yes, that would be nice for 2K16 if they could add that in. The ability to edit these matches before we get to the show here tonight. Just 2 men left to fight. We're going to choose NV Wilson, who has been on a roll since debuting. Won his first match, won the 6-man over-the-top Battle Royal at TLC, then won last week as well, I believe. NV Wilson might be near unbeatable here tonight. So let's see who has not had a match. I think Aaron the Dominator and Nate Ballmer, but we're going to choose Aaron instead. Aaron last week in his debut won as well, advancing in the United States Championship Tournament. Horror and a shot to move on. Not toward the United States title advancement, but will just be seeing exactly maybe where these two guys are up against each other right now in the company. And let's go ahead and save this matchup. Next week we will have the last United States Championship as well as the first finalist found out in the United States title. And then on episode 49, we'll find out who the second member of the United States Championship match will be at the pay-per-view. And here we go. Let's jump into the action. Who is going to win this match here? The man on the left, Kent Carter, or the man standing next to him, telling him to just bring it, Zach Zero. Both men making their debut here right now in this match. Let's go ahead and jump in. Who is the GM in XCW? Well, technically, I'm pretty much everything here in XCW. I'm the owner, the man who created it. I'm the man who broadcast it. I'm the man who manages the roster. I'm the man who sets up all the cards. I am basically every role you could imagine here in XCW. I run the website as well. Basically, each and every leadership role of any kind would be run by me. To one degree, it helps in terms of we do have a second roster that is run by Alpha One. You see him, Shani82, in the chat. He runs an entire brand of his own here in XCW. Both part of the XCW universe. Pretty much his show is run the way that he feels it should be run. I run my show the way it should be run. We have some lower than 60, therefore you can't just choose something you don't like down to a 0 and use those extra points for something else. But in general, we kind of just run our shows to a degree separate, but at the same time within the same universe. Therefore, we can't share superstars in terms of like, with separate histories. We're basically Raw and SmackDown being run, at the same time, but with our own rosters, with our own uniqueness as well. But let's go ahead and jump into this action here tonight. Let me know who you think is going to win this match. Will it be Kent, or is it going to be Zero? Which of these two men are going to win this match here? Let's go ahead and start it up.
Look at these two jockey for position.
That was Peak and I, formerly apologies. I don't know what that. Zero is the hero. Has a master. Zach Zero is the hero. He has a master called Emperor Nero. I'm assuming that's like the Captain Planet songs.
Into the tie-up. Who's going to get the upper hand?
That makes me think of the way the Captain Planet song is worded in terms of the way I would sing that. Seems like a verse in a song almost. Okay, we've got Zach Zero for Fruitful Jester. Of course, wanting to root for his own character. Even I, in a 2-on-1 handicap match, chose my own character. So that's even though I did not necessarily actually expect my character to win.
He's really using his weight to his advantage here, reaching on the head and neck.
And write all these answers down here in the chat. Okay, yes, Zero for Fruitful Ninja, as I said. Sorry, I'd say Fruitful Ninja, Fruitful Jester. Here are now taking it to Kent here right now for Nero burn people. Adfire also voting for Zero. I only vote Zach because the true European champion is in his corner. I'll vote for Zero due to the Captain Planet joke that I made. I swear that's what that had to have been. It was in the tune of the Captain Planet song. you could read it, go back and read that, and think of the Captain Planet song as you read that line. I personally am going to vote for. I'm going to vote the opposite way as everybody else. Shanny also voting for Zero.
Oh, what an elbow drop.
This could be
Everybody else voting Zero. I'm going the opposite way on that one.
Jester countered it. And he gets out of the way.
You got to tell me, Fruitful Jester, did you mean that to be in the into the theme, basically to the tune of the Captain Planet song? Where that has to have been your intent. Or my mind was just thinking of that because I remember somebody in our league had made a Captain Planet wrestler in this game, so I guess it's slightly on my mind when I heard, I saw Nero and Zero rhyming. Right here, what is this? We have seen many XCW superstars get furious, sometimes even when they're dominating a matchup, and go and destroy our announcer's table. I know Zero has plans to put Clark through the table, but he might be doing so soon. Able to fight him off right there. Huge swinging neckbreaker, taking him down. Okay, good, you did. That makes me feel at least better that I'm not insane and simply picked up on what you were doing. And Clark right here, just taking him down right there. And Clarkson in the ring. 6 count right now. Zero has got to get up and get back in the ring because they hate your announcing. What?
Jester's just one step ahead.
Sure what that was in reference to. Right here, Zero busting it, trying to attack him in the corner. Might have been going for some type of very tough grapple maneuver. Goes for it again. Zero getting blocked twice in a row. 3 times in a row now. Gets thrown into the corner, and every time uses that elbow to get out, and then follows it up with a huge tornado DDT. Zero right now has got this submission hold locked in on him right here. Is he going to tap? He is reaching for the ropes. The referee actually in his way. Luckily, Clarkson decided to let go. Kent could have simply kept that lock in. The referee was blocking his opportunity to get to the ropes, and that would have been a bad way for Zero to have started his career. Because Zero will have to start his career either 1-0 or 0-1, and we all know which way you want to start your career here at XCW. Right there, a huge elbow knocks him back. Shuffle sidekick right underneath the jaw might be enough to put Zero away. And here he is chasing him down. Kent trying to get him. No. Able to get to the ropes right there. And Kent lifted up high, smashed hard into the ground. It's now going for the pinfall. KC picks him up, throws him into the corner. No, gets it reversed. Zero now has him. I don't know what Zero setting it up for. I know what it is now. Tornado DDT out of the corner. Able to get extra momentum launching off of that second rope. Yes, lace up solo. This is 2K16. That is a huge high impact scoop slam. Sorry about the fumbling on what I was trying to say there. That huge scoop slam followed by an elbow drop. Tyson's friend calling for the SOS right there. The move made famous by Kofi Kingston, the Trouble in Paradise, smashing the face of KC. KC now on his back. 2-3-0 is not a 0 here tonight. He is 1-0 in his career in XCW. Kent picks up the loss in what was a good match between these two individuals for a little while. I thought that Kent would be able to pick up the victory, but he was unable to do so in his debut. But nothing to be ashamed of, as we've seen plenty of times. It doesn't matter if you lose for months at a time. Look at one of our Slammy nominees, our 3 Slammy nominees for basically comeback of the year in terms of where their career started. Tyrant is now the leader of D-Generation X. Once again, 1 pin away from an undisputed title match. And he had started out his career as simply the first man to ever lose a match here in XCW. Was just mediocre as can be for the first few months of his career, but has completely turned himself around, leading one of the largest factions here in XCW and possibly getting the undisputed championship at the Royal Rumble. And here tonight, Zero making his brand new debut here in XCW. The man, Alex Tyson, who regained the European title at his side. I'm sure they've been celebrating between our Monday Night Raw show and our Saturday Night Main Event show, and the celebrating for them will continue as they picked up the all-important first win here in XCW. I am the hero, and you have zero. I thank my masters, Alex and Nero. I tried to say that more in like spoken word, and I didn't want to actually sing that, because sadly I could sing that in the tomb of the Captain Planet song. Good start for you, Zero. Sorry that I picked against you. Seemed everybody else had confidence in you, but myself here, the announcer Image, a.k.a. the broadcaster here in XCW. And right now we are seeing these 4 men compete for a Royal Rumble spot. 20 men will have a shot at it. There will be some men are left out. Do not get that opportunity. But here tonight we are going to see these 4 men with that opportunity. Will it be the man on the far left, Horror? Will it be Omega, a member of the Wolfpack who was knocked out of the Undisputed Championship race last week? Will it be Kirby, the man who is constantly getting help from his manager, AJ? Will it be Petra, another newer member of the XCW universe, but he has now been here for, I believe, about 2 months here in XCW, who is going to maybe pick up his first big win in the company? Let's go ahead and give me your predictions for this match as we go ahead and start it here.
The entrances are over. The announcements have been made, and the bell is rung. The only thing
Our powers combined.
which one of these 4
Captain Planet
is the best.
Everyone should be forgiven, so you are.
That suplex was picture perfect.
Beautiful Jester says he's voting for Omega. Or I don't know if he's actually voting for Omega. For some reason, he likes to call Omega Rikishi. For exactly why he calls him Rikishi. Okay, yes, he does choose Omega right there. This is a tough pick here. I'm gonna have to go with Omega as well. Omega seems to always bounce back from bad losses, even if sometimes it takes a little bit longer than expected. But I think I'm gonna choose Omega as well. Horror being chosen we're of course choosing Horror, and that makes me realize it's not Homer that I'd written down, but Horror, 2 R's, a little bit too close to my paper, looked like an M. Horror, who had not seen a pick from in a while. Omega from both Shani and Madfire. Kirby for Tornado Nash. Showman, the only man who has not gotten a vote, at least from one member of the XCW universe in the chat, and that is Petra. Petra right there with a huge clothesline takes down Horror. Horror could be in trouble as he's getting pounded with those feet. Omega, though, just got kicked in the crotch by Kirby. Kirby up to some old tricks here. Does not have AJ at ringside, able to hit both men in the gut there with that one huge right haymaker. Horror now has taken his attentions over to Omega. Kirby turns around to attack Omega right there, but he gets blocked at elbow, knocking him back. Omega on the ropes. Petra's being picked up by Kirby while Horror's watching on from behind. Superman punch. Pinfall attempt right here. Horror not paying attention. 1, 2. No, almost got the 3 count right there. Horror at the last second getting over there. Don't know if Petra could have kicked out or not, but you just saw Kirby almost pick up the win. Kirby from Tyrant as well. We've got 2 Kirbys, 1 Horror, and 4 Omegas from the different members of the XCW universe. Just busted him open. Kirby hits that finishing draw kick right there. Omega, bad time to pick him up. 1, 2, 3. Kirby just qualified. Once again, Omega either spacing in the ring or bad timing seemed to be his downfall in matches. I thought he did a great job throughout this matchup, but it was Kirby who both hit a signature and finisher on Petra that wins this matchup. And he will be in the Royal Rumble match with a shot to advance on to WrestleMania to fight for the Undisputed Championship. Omega being shut out here tonight. That does not mean that these men are not going to compete in the Royal Rumble. Almost everyone on the roster, besides the World Champion and #1 contender, will get to be in the Royal Rumble match itself. But here tonight, you just saw that man right there, third man to qualify for the Royal Rumble match. Kirby taking a very important win here tonight. That means that I was incorrect, as well as a number of other members of the XCW roster who guessed. Only Tyrant and Tornado picked Kirby to win that matchup. A future Epic Fail Slammy winner. That is very possible. The Slammy award for Epic Fail is an interesting one. Unlike most of the other ones, you don't necessarily have to have been something that you did. They did not choose the nicknames they got. Epic Fail, one of the topics is the Reverse Cat Burglar and the Human Sperm, the unfortunate names that the XCW universe have given these men. So that one is up, and I believe might be running away with that vote. A lot of other races are really close in the Slammy Award nominations. We have, I think, the Faction of the Year is a very close vote. Maybe Tag Team of the Year is a pretty close vote as well. I think Diva/Manager of the Year is a pretty close vote. A bunch of them are going to come down to the last few people voting to determine who is going to get that the win for the Slammy. Remember, with these Slammy Awards, if you win a Slammy Award and you have not already reached 95 like Tornado Nash has, then you will be allowed to add a point to your overall. If you win 1 or 10 Slammies, which is not even possible as we only have 9 at the moment, then you still only get 1 point allowed from the Slammy Awards themselves. But right here, right now, we're about to see N.V. Wilson, the man on the far left with that Nirvana shirt on, taking on the man who debuted last week with a win, Aaron the Dominator. And let's start our main event of Saturday night main event here.
This is it. These two superstars will test each other's will to determine who the best.
Did you get Bulldog, Lil Fury? No, I have not had an opportunity to get Bulldog. There were other people in line in front of you who had been trying to get into the XCW. Lil Fury, I believe you might be first on the list now in terms of next people. There were 2 men the same day, you and someone else that sent me, that are now at the top of the list. I cannot remember if you are 1 or 2 in terms of next men to be able to join the XCW. Y'all 2 are those men in order, either 1 or 2 in terms of when we have a new spot available, you will be added. Yes, Madfire, thank you for putting that in the chat. The website right there, go sign up. We have 9 different Slammy Awards to be nominated on. As soon as this match and card are over, episode 46, I will go up and take the awards for the attire of the year and for match of the year, turn them into polls, allowing you to vote for those as well. They had been, they had been open for you to give ideas as to which of these things should be added on, maybe and I will go determine which ones I feel should be voted on now. Put the polls up, and those 2 will be open for the voting. Remember, for episode 49, just 2 episodes away, the Slammy Awards will be closed, and the awards will be handed out on episode 49. So make sure you get your votes in before then. Right here, right now, is N.V. Wilson fighting back against Aaron the Dominator. Dominator just got dominated with that fireman's toss off of his knees from N.V. Wilson. Fights back. Huge big boot right there. N.V., though, immediately turns him around, spins it, pulls it back with a front face lock onto his shoulders. I know what he's going for. Yes, it is that wasteland backbreaker. Tosses him over, but instead of letting him that much softer mat, lands him right onto his knee. Quite a bit of injury. Little Fury, somebody let Little Fury know in case he doesn't hear me for some reason. He did not. I did not get Bulldog. Bulldog will have to wait till I can get him. He is up near the top of the list, though, either first or second on the list to be added to the XCW universe. Sorry, I was not paying attention to what people were writing down. I see Envy from Madfire. I see Really Dude, Nirvana. That's what Envy. Hey, Nirvana was a band that had quite a bit of hits. Huge finishing or signature hit move hit there by Nirvana. Shall we say frontman or fan, N.V. Wilson right there. Envy from Shanny as well. Envy, one of my favorite newer wrestlers in the XCW, but I like Aaron the Dominator as well. Tough matchup for me to pick, but I think I'm going to choose Aaron in a huge upset to get this win here tonight. Although in general my picking has been hit or miss. Been right on some and have completely missed on others. Right here, picking him up is Envy, though. In case you didn't, I didn't see who you put. Everybody put your guys up again. I only have 3 answers: myself, Madfire, and Shanny. So if you didn't tell me, if you remember who you answered a minute ago, go ahead and put it back up in the chat. As this match has spilled out to the ring, Envy Wilson and Aaron the Dominator. This is not a Extreme Rules match. This is not a Falls Count Anywhere match. Any type of specialty matchup. These two men cannot stay out here, or they will get counted out. We have never had a double count out here in XCW. It would be an interesting finish if that ever happened, but we have had a count out victory in the past. As right now, Aaron the Dominator about to jump over the top rope. Envy stops him, turns him around. What is he doing? Drags him into the center of the ring, and now is pounding his back right there. What is he about to do here? Oh, double knee backbreaker through the ropes. Envy just took Aaron down with that painful maneuver. Now he is setting up for the finish. Aaron from Tyrant. I think Aaron and me might be wrong right there. That huge cutter just took Aaron down. And Envy not going for the pinfall. Finally drops down. He was standing right next to him. 1, 2, 3. It didn't matter how long, apparently, he was going to wait to make that pinfall. It was enough to take Aaron down. That was our final matchup of the evening. Mr. NV has moved on in the United States title match last week, as well as did Aaron. Luckily, though, for Aaron, the Dominator, this was not a United States advancement in this tournament, but Envy might have proved himself a man who should be fit to move on and face off for that vacant United States Championship at the Royal Rumble. Next week, both of these men will be in action, I believe.
Here is your winner, Envy Wilson.
Will they be fighting each other for that spot to move forward, or will they be facing other members who have already moved on? We will see. We are very close to finding out who those 2 men will be. We already know that Brian Nash will face either Jackson Jordan or DX's leader, Tyrant. A member of DX will fight for the M2 title. We know that the NW Wolfpack will face the Birds of Prey in a tag team match for the championships as well. And the European title will be another rematch between the Maniac, or former man known as the Maniac, Jake Watson, taking on the current reigning 2-time now European champion Alex Tyson. These men have been battling over the belt, and a sign of respect shown after their matchup, but I don't know if that's going to happen when they are actually in the ring next, competing against each other. You done messed up, Ron. Apparently that's a keel and can't remember, something to peel. Whatever. That's a joke from some Indians. But thank you guys for being here. That is the end of our episode 47. I believe most of our competitors got into action this week. Some good wins and losses from the universe here tonight. We saw our first ever handicap match. We saw our tag team champions, so all of our champions and contenders in action here tonight. But next week we're going to find out quite a few more Royal Rumble participants, as well as who is advancing in the United States Championship match, and a lot of other great action here at XCW. So thank you guys very much for tuning in. You can check us out on YouTube. We should have all of our videos posted up there. If you miss any of our action, you can always check us out on Twitch as well. Go to my channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. So if you want to search for